Hawks Cay Saltwater Game. Presented by Yellowfin. Only in a Yellowfin.
There you go. That's nice. That's a bone. That's definitely a bone.
Fishing for bonefish is often regarded as a sight fishing sport, but the conditions are not always good for sight fishing. Some days it's cloudy, some days it's windy, some days the water's muddy. In those conditions, you're not going to see the fish. Well, that doesn't mean you can't catch them.
There it is.
Bone fishing blind is all about knowing where you'd see the fish and then just throwing out a bait and waiting for them to find you.
If you specialize only in sight fishing, bone fishing can be a fair weather activity. But if you learn how to bone fish blind, you can now catch bonefish extremely effectively in almost any condition.
The real key to bone fishing blind is going to an area where you know that there's fish, where you've seen them in the past and where you know the tide is right. At that point, position a boat up current or up tide of where you think those fish are going to come through, and then simply grab a shrimp, take them up, break them in 3 or 4 pieces, thread that shrimp on the hook.
The bonefish has an incredible sense of smell. These fish prowl the flats and can actually smell one shrimp from a very long way away. By breaking the shrimp and putting it in 4 or 5 pieces on your hook, you're going to create a much bigger scent trail for the bonefish to find.
At that point, just throw it out where you think the bones are going to come through, a little up current of them maybe, so that scent goes back and will draw them to you. If you're in the right spot, it doesn't take long. When a bonefish comes in and bites, be very patient. There's no rush. You don't have to set the hook. I use circle hooks, let him eat it all day long. Eventually he's going to start swimming off and that drag's going to start screaming.
You got him?
Yep. That's a bone. Oftentimes, bone fishing blind can be extremely productive when sight fishermen will struggle with very difficult conditions. I know firsthand that I've come back to the dock with absolutely zero when the guys that are very experienced bone fishing blind come back with some of the biggest scorecards in history.
Bone fishing blind can be a great way to start a day when the light's low, and then once the sun comes up higher, finish the day by sight fishing.
All right. Excellent.